For a long time, there's been talk that we are living in the end times. Things just keep getting worse and worse. Sin and corruption is reaching new heights on scales that we may have never experienced before. There are a lot of people that say that we are like the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, with sexual sin and perversion infiltrating almost every aspect of society. Many people talk about the hell and brimstone that follows. I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying, "Where are my Abrahams who will rescue their families? Where are the ones who will save their brothers from the fire? Where are the ones who will argue with God about the fate of nations, who will plead with Him?" God is saying, only if I can find 10. The question is, will you be a part of the 10? Talk about sexual immorality. When is anyone going to take a stand against human trafficking? I hear people talking about how in America we are the biggest funder of this travesty by the amount of porn that we consume. My question is, where are the Moseses at who will tell the modern day Pharaoh, "Let my people go"? Come on, people, let's start to pray. I need your help. God is crying out, saying, where are my people who will pray? I see chains starting to break all over this nation. The porn addicts are getting set free. As we send up prayers, another prison cell opens, another trafficking ring losing its funding. I see women starting to find their dignity, starting to see their value. Shame is falling off. Guilt is fleeing. I see many women coming out of shipping containers. Come on, people, pray. This is someone's daughter. Where are my praying people at? All I hear is people talking about the darkness, how they believe the end times must be coming near. I hear the Lord crying out for all the babies that have been murdered, saying, where is my one? It's not time to argue about abortion. In the generations past, God has always showed up in power. When the people of Nineveh were worshiping a fish god, He sent His prophet Jonas through the belly of a fish. When Moses was calling down plagues on Egypt, each of the corresponding were to the gods of the Egyptians were worshiping. Later, when people were worshiping fire, sacrificing kids to the fire, He sent one to call down fire, so on and so on. Now all this time, God raised up the one, while the enemy has done everything in its power to try and stop this. When Moses was a baby, they were killing babies. When Elijah was a baby, they were killing babies. And when Jesus was a baby, they were killing babies. Then the enemy was clearly trying to kill babies then. Now the enemy is killing them at numbers like we have never seen. God is looking for the Elijahs in this hour who will stand up to the Ahabs of this generation. See, in the dark times, God will always raise up the one. I see God raising up many. The devil is a liar, a loser, and already lost this battle. He has overplayed his hand. It's clear you are after the generation. You set out waves of addiction across the land, putting a whole generation under the bondage of drug addiction. Well, I tell you what, the buck stops here. The principalities of pharmakia and the spirit of addiction are about to be dethroned. God isn't just raising up the one, He's raising up an army. I see men starting to become real men again. Jezebel will lose all her power without Ahab. Men are about to start growing spines and knowing what it looks like to stand for something. I'm talking about true leaders, men that people will want to follow. The Jehu anointing is being poured out over a generation who will not put up with the ways of that witch. I see little soldiers marching in. God is raising up a nation of warriors for the kingdom. It's time for the Elijahs to come out of that cave, go grab grab your Elisha. It's time to pass on the mantle. In 2 Kings, Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray that his eyes may see. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elijah. I'm telling you, those that are with us or more that are with them, I see a whole generation of prophets and mighty men of God being poured out on the earth. Molech and the other child sacrifice gods are on the ropes. It's not time to lay it up. It's time to pray. It's time to press in. It's time to war in the spirit. God, make me a mighty warrior for you. Make us a mighty warrior for you. Let us knock out these demons, dear Jesus.